Alright, from all these sketches, I like this one the most. I think it has a pretty cool character. So let's open up Maya and start building it. First, let's add a sphere. Right click and switch to face mode. In the front view, select half of the sphere and delete it. Now press W and move it up above the ground. Switch to edge mode, select one edge, hold shift and double click the edge next to it. This way all the edges around that axis get selected. Press W again and move it down a bit, roughly matching half of the height of our sphere. Go to Mesh Tools menu, right click on Edge Loop and switch from single edge loop to multiple mode. I think adding 4 loops should be enough here. Now press Ctrl E to extrude. The thickness window pops up. Let's give it some thickness, a bit on the higher side, since this outer layer is like a glass shell. The eyes are inside this volume, so they'll be visible through it, but not fully exposed. If you look at the concept, you'll see some arms and cables coming out, probably transferring energy from the core to the arms, making them move. So we need an inner body as well. Let's add 2 more edge loops inside. Now I delete a thin row of faces from the inner surface. Then from the mesh menu, choose separate. Now we have 2 separate objects. If you expand the group in the outliner, you'll see they transforms too. So select the whole group, freeze transformations, and delete all history. Next, select the bottom edges of the inner object, which is our main body, and press Ctrl E to extrude inward. Let's rename the inner object body and the outer one cover. Now select the body, double click on any face, go to mesh display and reverse the faces. Now we still need to refine that extruded part. I select the edges again and extrude them further inward. Then I go to the Mesh Tools menu, right click on Edge Loop and set the number of loops I want, maybe 4 rows or more, depending on how detailed I need it. I do the same for the inner section too. Alright, let's move on to creating the eyes. Add another sphere and rotate it 90 degrees on the x-axis. Press Ctrl D twice to make 2 copies. One will be for the glass layer and the other for the reflection. The glass one should be slightly larger, so I scale it up a bit. From the side view, I switch to vertex mode, select these vertices and push them inward slightly. We don't need too much depth here. Then I reduce one row from the selection and keep shaping it in to form the eye shape. I'll add one edge loop here to define that inner curve more clearly, so the intended area looks more distinct. Now let's rename things properly. The big sphere will be eyeglass, the inner one eyeball, and the intended one reflection. I select a few faces. This new piece will be that bright white spot, the light reflection you usually see on the eyes. Just hold Shift and click on the faces you want to add to the selection. Then from Edit Mesh, choose Duplicate. Now freeze transformations and delete history. Select two pieces, go to Mesh menu and combine them again, freeze and delete. Put it into the group, rename it again, Reflection. Next, I make the main sphere light, so it becomes the base I project onto. Open the Modeling Toolkit on the right and activate Quad Drop. Now you'll see the surface turn blue. It's magnetized to the sphere actually. Hold Shift to add edge and delete these line faces. Hold Shift and add edges, connecting the sides so we can shape a smooth curved form. You can also hold Shift and drag over the faces to relax them. That helps even out the spacing. Do the same process for smaller part. Add edges around it. Connect corner vertices in order to have soft curve. Delete middle edge. Well, no, it should be there. Yes, it's better now. Once that's done, I delete the extra sphere we used as the base since we don't need it anymore, you know? Now for the glass layer, press Ctrl E to extrude and give it some thickness. Activate Isolate mode to see it better while adjusting the thickness. Select all three eye parts, press G and group them together. Then I make a copy of the group just in case I need to tweak it later. It's always better to keep the original version centered as a backup. Now let's hide the cover by pressing Edge. Also hide the glass eyes to make positioning easier. Position the eyes where they should be, scale them down, and adjust the direction. Press Ctrl D to duplicate. This robot has 3 eyes, so let's arrange them properly. Finally, bring the cover back by pressing Edge again to unhide it.